Trick or treat, busy bees, it's Zung. Today we're gonna make some scary Halloween party snacks because what's a party without snacks, right? So I'm gonna show you how to make scary eyeball crostinis that are crunchy and fleshy at the same time, a cauldron of black bean dip covered with creepy crawlies, and a hot and cheesy spinach artichoke gravy. But I'm keeping it light and fun by being a unicorn. So don't forget to like and subscribe below, and we'll get right into our scary Halloween snacks. Here I have a whole baguette that I'm just gonna slice into thin pieces. Then I'll line them on a baking sheet and toast them at 350 degrees for about 5 minutes. Once they're nice and toasted, I'll take a slice and I'll spread on some cherry preserves. This is gonna be like the blood. Now I'll take a piece of prosciutto, gently lay it on top, and here's the fun part. I have a mozzarella ball that I'll cut in half lengthwise, a green olive that I'll slice in half, and a black olive that I'll slice lengthwise. Then I'll cut it again into small pieces. Now with a big boba straw, I'm gonna punch a hole directly into the mozzarella. If you don't have a boba straw, you can always use a small piping tip or anything circular about that size. You see where I'm going with this? Now I'm gonna stick the green olive directly into the mozzarella ball. Then I'll take the black pieces of olives and stick it into the green olives. And here we have eyeballs. Smiley face, or not so smiley face. Boo. And to make it look like a creepy eye, I'm gonna stick my mozzarella ball onto the prosciutto slice and wrap the prosciutto around the eyeball to look like flesh. I'm gonna make a few more. So creepy, but delicious. And here's my eyeball crostini. It really looks kind of real. The cherry preserve is like the blood, and then the prosciutto is like the flesh, and I wrapped it around the eyeball to make it look legit. Let's give it a try. I didn't get to the eyeball cheese yet, so I'm gonna take another bite. There's a great combination of sweet and salty here. I get the sweetness from the cherry preserves and the saltiness from the prosciutto and the olives, and then the mozzarella just gives it that gooey texture. There's just something kind of creepy about eating eyeballs. Alright, but let's get into our black bean cauldron. In my mini food processor, I'm gonna add 1 can of black beans that I've already washed and drained, 1/3 of a cup of spicy fire roasted salsa, but you can use your favorite salsa, 1 clove of garlic, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika that'll give it that smoky flavor, 1/4 cup of cilantro that I've roughly chopped, and the juice of 1/2 a lime. I'll give it a good blend until it's nice and chunky. Then I'll add 2 tablespoons of warm water to get it moving, and then I'll continue processing it until it's nice and thick. Like this. I'm gonna serve it with some of my favorite chips. I have some sweet potato tortilla chips, boo chips that are so good, and these haunted ghost pepper chips that are super spicy. Dips are always a party favorite because they're so easy to serve, and you can always dunk different things into it. My friend had a piece of the ghost pepper chips, and it was a big surprise to him because he almost choked on how spicy it was. It was a laugh for all of us, but be careful when you eat these ghost chips. They are spicy. Now to put it all together, I have my pretty gold platter and a small cast iron pan that kind of looks like a cauldron. I'll add my bean dip, spread it out, and then some of my ghost pepper chips, sweet potato chips, and my boo chips. They're so festive and yummy. I'm just gonna give this a little quality control. I love these boo chips. Have you guys ever had them before? They're like Pringles almost. I don't really buy Pringles anymore, but anytime I see boo chips this time of year, I have to stock up. They're so festive. And then to decorate them, I'm gonna draw small circles all around. And with my chopstick, I'm gonna draw lines out from the middle to look like a cobweb. And then I'm gonna add in some of my creepy crawlers. Quality control? Pass. Okay, we're getting into our last recipe here, which is the hot spinach artichoke dip. Because honestly, what party is complete without it? I love a good spinach artichoke dip, and I'm taking a shortcut by making this stovetop. Here I have a loaf of bread, pain à levain, and I'll just slice the top off. Beautiful. Then with my small knife, I'm just gonna score the bread to resemble a coffin. I'll score the bottom to carefully remove a chunk of bread, and then I'll just cut them into small cubes. This will be great for dipping later. And then I'll take the top for more cubes too. I've got a can of artichoke hearts that I've already drained, and now I'll just give them a rough chop. I love artichoke hearts, they're so yummy. Now in my medium saucepan, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of butter, let it melt, and then I'll add in 1 clove of minced garlic. I'll cook it up until it's fragrant and brown, and then I'll add in 2 cups of cooked chopped spinach. You can use fresh or frozen spinach here, but make sure you cook it first and really squeeze out the liquid because you don't want it to release too much water. I'll let it cook down for about a minute, and then I'll add in my chopped artichoke hearts. I'll mix it well, let it heat up, and then I'll add in 1 block of cream cheese. I'll let that melt through for about another minute or 2. And then I'll add in half a cup of sour cream, a 1/3 cup of mayo, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, a heaping half cup of shredded Parmesan cheese, and about a tablespoon of milk. I'll mix it all together. Mix, mix, mix. I'll let it simmer for a few minutes until it starts to bubble and thicken, and then I'll add in some freshly cracked black pepper. Delish. And now we can fill the bread grave. I'll lay down my bread coffin, add a bone for decoration, and my bread cubes all around the platter. And then I'll add in some extra skulls, cause this is a graveyard. I'll add in my piping hot spinach artichoke dip, and then I'll give it a nice dusting of nutmeg. The nutmeg really brings out the flavor of the cheese and dip here, and I normally add in about 1 teaspoon directly into the dip, but since I'm creating a scene here, I'm dusting it on top. Finally, I'm sticking in a bread tombstone. Rest in peace, and my little skull friend. Now let's give it a try. It's cheesy. It's so good. The creaminess of the cheese is like comfort, and then the spinach and artichoke makes me feel like I snuck in some veggies. I always get so excited when my friends serve hot spinach artichoke dip at their parties because it makes it feel like a substantial party snack, right? And for my parties, sometimes I add in jalapeno or use sharp cheddar cheese just to vary it up a little bit, but this one is good as is. Now to finish the entire spread, I'm gonna add more of my creepy crawlies, just to really complete the scene. Thank you so much for watching another Halloween episode. If you guys are having a party or get together, I hope you found these snack ideas useful. And if you guys did make any of them, be sure to tag me on Instagram so I can check them out. And also, I just wanted to mention regarding last week's Halloween episode, I completely, sincerely apologize if I offended anyone. I really did not mean to, and I just thought it was beautiful, so I wanted to recreate it. But nonetheless, definitely need to educate myself going forward so that I don't offend anyone. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a fun Halloween party if you're having one, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!